Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Business Education with Landale, where we keep it real and simple. Now today we're going to talk about objective and principle of business, and the first objective on the syllabus is the explanation of the concept of barter. So we're going to be looking at the development of barter, and we're going to explain that in a few, as well as we are going to be looking at the characteristics of barter. Now, barter may be defined as the exchange for goods and services for other goods and services. Right? Now, an example of this is if A had corn and wanted fish, he would go to fisherman and try to exchange his corn for fish. If the fisherman, which is B, wanted corn, then an exchange would be possible. So he would have to have what B wants in order for barter to take place. So it really has to do with the exchange of goods and services. One person has to have what the other person wants. So this example says that if A had corn and wanted fish, then he would go to a fisherman and try to exchange his corn for fish. However, the fisherman would have to want those corn in order for the barter or for trade to take place. Of barter. And there are some pictures here in some examples. This very first one here says barter. I can trade 10 hours of plumbing per month if you supply me 2 liters of milk per day. So here we have a gentleman here claiming to be a plumber, putting his proposal forward to this individual who is milking cow, it seems, right? So he wants milk, but he wants to exchange his service. So he wants to provide his plumbing services in exchange for milk. Now this one here on the right at the top, the example of barter taking place. Again, here we can see this lady is exchanging what seems to be probably banana or plantain with this individual on the left for an orange or apple, whatever that is. So an exchange is taking place right here, and that is referred to as barter. And again, as we said in the earlier slide, that he has to want what B has, and B has to want what he has. Now, if we go down right here, for the third example of barter, we see here where a ball of thread is being exchanged for a hot dog, right? A ball of thread is being exchanged for a hot dog. So you begin to get the understanding of what barter is. It's really the exchange of goods and services, and one party has to have what the other party needs, right, in order for barter to take place. We cannot talk about barter and not talk about the characteristics, right? And there are 5 characteristics that we are going to look at. Now the very first one says a double coincidence of wants. Now what is a double coincidence of want? Exchange can only take place if both parties wants what each other has. Let me say that again. Double coincidence of wants is exchange can only take place if both parties want what each other has. So let's say, for example, this example that is here, this person has 4 eggs on the left and another individual on the right has 1 loaf of bread. Now if the person with the egg wants to exchange with the person on the right with the loaf of bread, then he has to want that loaf of bread. If he's not interested in the bread, then exchange cannot take place. And if the person on the right is not interested in the egg any at all, then exchange cannot take place. So that's a drawback of the barter system, right? Double coincidence of ones. Let us move on. Second characteristics, and this is referred to as rate of exchange. Rate of exchange. Now, when we say a rate of exchange simply is, it is difficult to fix rates of exchange acceptable to each other. And that is what it is. It is difficult to fit rate of exchange acceptable to each party. Now here we can see where the person on the left is trying to trade a bottle of water for maybe some grains of corn or peas or whatever those are. But the challenge with this is, how do you determine how many grain of corn to give the individual for the bottle of water, right? So the rate there is difficult, right? Which poses a problem again for the barter system. And the person on the right here, an exchange wants to take place, but then again, how do you determine how much grain of rice to exchange for grain of peas? So this one is referred to as this rate of exchange, and that is the second one. Let us move on to the third. Trade used to take place. This is the end of